So in this video, we are going to learn how to send payment reminders on WhatsApp from Google Sheets. Let's say you are having the payment details of your customers like their name, their mobile number, due amount, payment status, whether payment is paid or due, and the due date. All of these details in a Google Sheet. Now every day you want to send a WhatsApp reminders to all the customers whose payment status is due. So let me tell you, you can actually automate this process with the help of Pabbly Connect. In this automation, first we are going to ensure that this automation is scheduled for every day. So every day it will check for the details of the payment status of the customer and get the details of the customer whose payment status is due from our Google Sheet, and we are going to send them a reminder message on WhatsApp using Vati, which is an official API partner of WhatsApp. Now if you want to know how you can set up this automation, for that you just have to come with me to my screen.
So as you can see, here we are on Pabbly Connect's dashboard. Now to reach this dashboard, you will get a free sign-up link of Pabbly Connect in the description box below. By clicking on that link, you can create your free Pabbly Connect account in just 2 minutes. And after reaching to this dashboard, just click on Create Workflow and give this workflow a name. Let's say I want to name my workflow as Automatic Payment Reminders. Automatic payment reminders. This is the name which I want to give to my automation workflow. After this, let's select the folder of our Pabbly Connect account in which we want to create this automation. So I'm selecting the home folder and click on create. And now you can see our workflow is open over here. In this workflow, we have two different windows. First one is the trigger window and second one is the action window. So triggers and actions are basically those two concepts, those two principles on which this whole automation works on, where the trigger says when this happens and the action says do this. So let's start with the trigger window. Now the idea here is, here I have created a Google Sheet where I'm entering all the details of my customer, like the customer's name, email, mobile number, the product or service which they have purchased, the payment status, the due date and the due amount. Now here what I want this automation workflow to execute every day. Every day it should take the details of all the customers whose payment status is due. And then after that, one by one, we are going to send them a reminder message on WhatsApp with the due date and due amount. We are going to remind them that there is an upcoming due date for their payment and we will be also sending the due amount in the reminder message, but only to those whose payment status is due. Once they completed the payment, you can update the status as paid, and the next time you won't be sending any kind of reminder messages to them. So let's see how you can do this. Let's see how you can set up an automation in such a way that you only send the reminders to the customers whose payment status is due. For that, first we have to ensure that this automation workflow should trigger every day. And for that, we will be using a feature or module of Pabbly Connect in the trigger step that is called schedule. So just select schedule in the trigger step over here. After selecting schedule by Pabbly, it is asking us how often you want to run your workflow. And here in this drop down, you can see we have several options. At regular interval, once, every day, days of the week and dates of the month. So we want to run this automation workflow every day. So we are selecting every day and then it is asking us for the time. That every day at what particular time we want to run this automation workflow. So let's say I want to run this automation at 10 a.m. So every day at 10 a.m. this automation workflow should execute. It should get the details of all the customers whose payment status is due and send them a reminder message on WhatsApp. So we have selected every day and selected the time. Just click on save. After clicking on save, we have successfully scheduled this automation workflow to be executed every day. Now, after scheduling this automation workflow, what do we want? We want to get the details of the customer whose payment status is due. For that, we will just come to this action window and here in Choose App, we will search for Google Sheets. Just select it. Now, because we have the details of our customer in Google Sheet, we have selected Google Sheets as the action application. And then here in action event from this drop down, select Lookup Spreadsheet Row version 2. After selecting this action event, just click on Connect and select Add New Connection. Now we have to connect our Google Sheets account with Pabbly Connect. And to make this connection, just click on this Sign In with Google button. After clicking on it, select your Google Sheets account. After selecting the account, just scroll down and click on Continue. And as you click on Continue, we will see our Google Sheets account will get connected with Pabbly Connect. So we have successfully connected our Google Sheet account in which we have all the details related to our customers with Pabbly Connect. And we have selected the action event as lookup spreadsheet row. Now we have selected this particular action event because we only want to get the data, we only want to get the details of those customers whose payment status is due. So what we are going to do, we are going to look up for the data or the details or the rows whose payment status is due, and we will get the details of all of those customers in the response. So to do this, we'll get back to Pabbly Connect, and here after connecting our account, the first thing it asks us is to select the spreadsheet. That in which spreadsheet of our Google Sheets account we want to basically search for customers, search for details. So in this dropdown, you can see a list of all the spreadsheets which we have in our Google Sheets account can be seen over here. Out of all of this, we want to get the details of the customers whose payment status is due from this Google spreadsheet named as due payments. So from this dropdown, we are going to select that particular spreadsheet. Then it is asking us to select the sheet. So it is most likely possible that you might have created multiple sheets in the same Google spreadsheet over here. So here in this dropdown, you will get a list of all the sheets which you have created. Right now, I have only one sheet named as sheet 1. That's why by default, we are selecting sheet 1 over here. That we want to search for the customers whose payment status is due in this particular sheet. Then it is asking us lookup value, that what is the value we are searching for. So we are searching for the value of due. We are searching for the customers on the basis of their payment status, and what value we are searching? We are searching the value as due. So what we are going to do in lookup value, I'm going to enter due over here. And after lookup value, it is asking us lookup column, that in which column of our Google Sheet we want to search for this value. So we want to search for this value in column E of our Google Sheet. So in column E, we are having the payment status, and in this particular column of column E, the column of payment status, we are searching for the value of due. That all the rows, all the customers who are having their payment status as due, we want to get the details of all of those customers inside Pabbly Connect. So the payment status is in column E, so we are selecting column E as the lookup column, and the value is due. Then it is asking us end column of data. Now what is this? Let's read the help text. We will fetch data up to this column. Data beyond this column will be ignored. So we want to get the data of the complete table, and the last column of this table is column G. So we are going to enter the end column of data as column G. Now it is asking us lookup as date, that are we searching for some date over here in this lookup value? No, we are not searching for a date, so that's why we are selecting no. And then it is asking us use sheet headers as key in response. So yes, we want to use the same headers given in the sheet as key in the response. We want to get the headers in response as well. And here at last it is asking us sort row, that do we want to search for the data from the top or from the bottom? So we are searching for the data from the top, so we are going to select that. After selecting this, here you can see there's a button of simple response. We just have to turn this button of simple response as off and click on save and send test request. Now when we click on save and send test request, here you can see we have received some response. And in this response, you can see we have received the details of all the customers whose payment status is marked as due in our Google Sheet. So here you can see the first customer which we have is named as demo user. And here you can see we have received the response in array format. Now because we have turned off this simple response, we have received this response in array format over here. And here you can see in array response, the first customer name is demo user. Then after that, we have the second customers whose payment status is due is named as admin user. So we'll scroll down, and here we have the second customers whose name is admin user. After that, we have the details of the complete row. We have other details of that customer. The third customer is named as sample user. So we will scroll down. Here you can see the name of the customer sample user. And after that, we have the fourth customer as demo person. So here is the demo person. And then we have the customer named as dummy person. So here you can see the name as dummy person. In this way, all the customers who are having their payment status as due in our Google Sheet, we have received the details of all of those customers. But here you will notice that we have received this response, we have received this data in array format. Now, one by one, by processing all of these details, we want to send a WhatsApp message to all the users. And to completely process this data from array format, like we have basically received this data in array format, to process this data, to process or send WhatsApp message one by one to all of these users and change this data, transform this data into a simpler format, we will be using a feature, a module of Pabbly Connect that is called Iterator. So we will just scroll down and click on this Add Action Step button over here. And then here in Choose App, select Iterator. By selecting Iterator, we are going to convert the response which we have received in array format from Google Sheet into a simpler format. And also one by one, we are going to process the data of each and every row, each and every user which we have received from Google Sheets. So after selecting Iterator by Pabbly in Action Event, select Process Array and then click on Connect. After clicking on Connect, here in Choose Array, here you can see in this drop down, it has automatically selected the response which we have received in array format from Google Sheets. So just select this response and click on Save and Send Test Request. After clicking on Save and Send Test Request, here you can see we have received some response. And in this response, you can see the details of the first customer whose details we have received from Google Sheets. So in this Google Sheet response, in the array format, here you can see we have received the details of the first customer whose basically payment status was due. That was the name of the customer was demo user. And here in Iterator response, you can see we have received a simpler format of the same user's details. So in this way, using Iterator, it is going to completely process the details of each and every user. One by one, it is going to process the data of all the rows which we have received from Google Sheets. So using Iterator, we have converted that data from array format into a simpler format. Now what we have to do, we want to send a WhatsApp message to this same customer where we want to send the message on the number which we have of the customer in the Google Sheet. And also we want to mention the product name, the payment status, due date and the amount in the WhatsApp message. So let's do this. We will just scroll down and click on this Add Action Step button over here. And then here in Choose App, search for Vati. So to send the WhatsApp messages, we will be using Vati as the WhatsApp API service. But instead of Vati, you can use any other platform like Interact, WhatsApp Cloud API, DoubleTick, ASNC, or any other platform of your choice. After selecting Vati, here in Action Event from this dropdown, we have to select the action event as Send Template Message. Then just click on Connect and select Add New Connection. Now here we have to connect our Vati account with Pabbly Connect. And to make this connection, we have to enter the API endpoint and access token of our Vati account. Now you must be thinking how we can get this API endpoint and access token. So to get these details, just log into your Vati account and from the top bar, just click on this API docs option. After coming to the API docs section, here you can see the access token and API endpoint of your Vati account. Just copy the access token from here, go to Pabbly Connect and paste it over here. Then after that, copy the API endpoint and then paste it over here as well. And after entering these details, let's click on Save. After clicking on Save, we will see our Vati account will get connected with Pabbly Connect. After making this connection, the first thing it asks us is the WhatsApp number. That what is the WhatsApp number of the user, of the customer to whom we want to send the WhatsApp message. So we have entered the WhatsApp number, the mobile number of the user in our Google Sheet. And we have received the details of this Google Sheet in the response in the Iterator. So in Iterator response, here you can see we have details. We have all the details of the user. We have their name, email, mobile number, and all the other details. So from Iterator responses, we have to map this response of mobile number in this field of Vati action step. And the process of mapping is very simple. Simply click on this field and here in the drop down, you can see a list of all the responses which we have received from previous 3 steps. Out of all of this, from Iterator responses, select the response of mobile number and it will be mapped over here. So in this way, whatever mobile number of the user you will be having over here in your Google Sheet, on the same number, we will be sending the WhatsApp message to the customers, to the users as well as the payment reminder. After mapping the WhatsApp number, it is asking us for the template. And here in the drop down, you can see a list of all the WhatsApp message templates which we have created in our Vati account. Out of all of this, the template which we are going to use in this video is named as payment reminder. So to send WhatsApp messages using Vati, first we have to create a template of that message in our Vati account. And after creating that template, we have to get that template approved. Now to start creating a new template, just click on this new template message button and you can create a WhatsApp message template of your choice. The template which we are using in this video is named as payment remind. So this is the particular WhatsApp message template which we have created. And here you can see in this template message, we have the complete WhatsApp message which we want to send to our users. Hello, and after hello, you will notice I have written 1 in double curly braces. Then here you can see I have written 2 over here, we have 3 over here, and 4 over here. So why I have entered these numbers in double curly braces? What are their values over here? So after hello, I wanted to mention the first name of the customer or the name of the customer to whom we are sending the reminder message. Now, every WhatsApp message which we send, we will be sending every message to a new user. Every time we will be sending a WhatsApp message to a new user. This means the name of the customer after hello will be keep on changing. This means it is a dynamic text. It's a variable, it's a parameter. And to add these kind of variables, to add these kind of dynamic text or parameter in our template message, we have to write these numbers or we have to write the text in double curly braces. And whatever value, whatever text we want to enter in place of these variables, these parameters, we can enter their value in this custom params field, which we will see in a couple of minutes. But right now, here you can just see that we have created a template, and in this template, you can also add some kind of variables according to your choice. And this is the message which we are using, payment underscore remind. The same template message we have selected over here. Then after that, it is asking us broadcast name. That what will be the name of the broadcast which we are using to send the WhatsApp message. You can give any broadcast name of your choice. Let's say I want to name my broadcast as payment reminders. You can basically give any name of your choice. At last, it is asking us custom params. And here in custom params, we have to enter the values which we want to put in this template message in place of these parameters, in place of these variables. So here I have used numbers in place of variables, but you can also add numbers or text as variables. Now the first variable which we have is named as 1. Now here to add the value in place of this variable 1, what we have to do? We have to basically add the custom parameter value in this way. So here in the help text, you can see an example. In this example, first we have to enter the name of the parameter, and what is the value we want to enter in place of that parameter, we have to enter that over here. So the name of our first parameter is 1. So here in curly braces, in double quotes, we have name. After a colon, we have to enter the name. So we are entering name as 1. And then after value, after adding a comma in value, we have to enter the value which we want to put in place of this. Now in place of 1, I wanted to mention the name of the person. And we have received the name of the person from iterator responses. So from the drop down, from iterator responses, we are going to map the customer name over here. So in this way, in custom params, we are going to enter the values of the parameters which we have added. And this custom params will be always in the same format. We have to open the curly brace, then in double quotes, we are writing the name, and after a colon in double quotes, we will be entering the name of the parameter. Then after that, we have added a comma, in double quotes, we have value, and after a colon in double quotes, once again, we have to enter the value which we want to put in place of this particular parameter. Then after this, let's enter the value of second parameter. Let's add a comma after this, after closing the curly braces, enter the same format, and here the name of our second parameter is 2. So here in place of name, I am going to enter 2. And the value which we want to enter over here is the name of the product or service. This is a friendly reminder regarding the payment of, so we have to enter the name of the product or service for which the payment is due. So here in place of value, we will be mapping the response of the name of the product or service for which the payment is due. After that, after closing the curly brace, let's add a comma, enter the same format once again. We will just clear the default values. In front of name, in double quotes, we have to enter the name of the third variable, that is 3. So we are going to enter 3 over here. And in place of 3, we wanted to mention the due date of the customer. So the due date is received in iterator responses. So select and map the response. Add a comma after closing the curly brace. Let's enter the same format once again. And then here in front of name, let's enter the name of the fourth parameter, that is 4. So let's enter the value as 4. And in front of it, in place of number 4, we wanted to enter the amount of the due payment. So the amount is received from Google Sheets, and from Google Sheet responses, from iterator responses, we are going to map that same response of amount as well. In this way, you have to enter the values in this custom parameters, where you have to enter the name of the parameter first, and then you have to enter the value for that parameter which you want to give or map the values over here. Now, in this particular template message, I have added only 4 variables, but instead of 4 variables, you can add as many variables as you want, and by adding the comma, you can specify the value of each and every variable in your Pabbly Connect workflow itself. And after doing this, after mapping all of these details, just click on Save and Send Test Request. Now, when we click on Save and Send Test Request, here you can see we have received some response. And this response seems to be a positive response to us. This response shows that a WhatsApp message with our selected template is sent on this particular number, and the custom parameter values are these custom parameter values which we have added in this custom param section. So let's check it. So we will go to the WhatsApp account, and yes, here you can see a WhatsApp message is received on the same number. This message says payment reminder. Hello demo user. We have the same name of the customer whose payment was due in our Google Sheet. So we have the name of the customer demo user, and the same name is mentioned in the WhatsApp message as well. This is a friendly reminder regarding the payment of consultation service. We have the same product, the same post service which we have entered in our Google Sheets. Then we have the same due date which we have entered in our Google Sheet, and also the same amount for that particular payment. We kindly request you to settle the invoice at the earliest convenience. Your prompt attention to this matter is greatly appreciated. Please let us know if there are any concern or if you need any assistance with the payment process. Thank you, regards. So this is the exact same template message which we have created in our Vati account. And we have the same custom variable values which we have entered in this custom parameters field. This means the automation workflow which we have created in this video, this automation is working perfectly fine. Now, using this automation, every day this automation workflow is going to get the details of all the customers whose payment status we have due in our Google Sheet. And one by one, using this same WhatsApp message template, it is going to send a WhatsApp notification to the users with all the payment details, with the due date, amount, service and product, and all of that. And in this way, you can automate the process of sending payment reminders to your customer. So not just these applications, you can connect plenty of other applications with Pabbly Connect. And one more important thing, you will find the clone link of the same workflow in the description box below. By clicking on that link, you can clone the same workflow into your own Pabbly Connect account and use this automation workflow for free. Also, let me tell you, Pabbly Connect offers you a free plan. In this plan, you will get some free tasks every month into your own Pabbly Connect account. So if you want to try and test this automation, you can do it for absolutely free.
If you have any kind of doubts or queries, you can post them on forum.pabbly.com. So if this video was helpful to you, you can obviously like this video, comment down to your suggestion, and don't forget to share it with others. So guys, that's it for today's video. Thank you. Have a great day.